Hello, welcome to another video, and today's a real quick one looking at an exercise where I've sort of combined two good exercises into one. So let's have a look at how it works and we'll break it down. So basically I'm just doing the backward stepping cable pull, but I've got an extra band for resistance on this. So basically I'm going to step forward into like a hinging pattern, transfer my weight from my right leg to my left leg, well, I have this bit of rotation into it. So the primary driver of all of this is really the glute on this right leg, but there has to be some transfer into the left leg to control it. The added band on that right leg is sort of forcing more work into the glutes to provide the extension. So right at that point there, this is where the glutes are in their most vulnerable position, but at the same time they're in their most loaded up position. So it's ironic because they should be at its best, but it's usually when it's at its worst. All right, so with the band pulling this direction, there's an element of my hip having to provide this extension going backward, but at the same time it's actually got to try and control the strength of it to be able to push out of it. So from a side-on point, it's trying to control the frontal plane, where you would see the knee collapse inward, which would be prevented by obviously the glute medius controlling that. So amongst all of that, you've got all of the lats on the opposite side, you've got this dumbbell kicking back to create this huge momentum kick that helps the hips to drive forward, which sees me go backward right here. All right, so right at that point there, this glute is really still engaged because of that extra resistance on there. The stance leg, ironically, is actually working quite hard as well, and you can see how I get that little bit of rotation. So I've shown this exercise quite a few times, and I must admit I really underestimate the benefit that it does provide people with hip problems. So this just gives another example of how you could make that a lot more effective just by adding that extra bit of resistance to that extension phase of the hip there. All right, so you're sort of getting a double whammy of both legs, but the double whammy on this glute on this right leg having to control the stance phase that you saw here, and then the extension phase that you see here, but we get all the added benefit of the rotation and transferring to the left leg. So a very effective exercise for trying to put together all the things you might be breaking apart with isolated exercises of mobility, strengthening, just controlling single leg stance, basic bridges and things like that, basic core exercises as well. So this is where they're all integrated into the system, and the faster this movement works, the more efficient it becomes. So you really can't do this one slowly. There has to be a real good efficiency to it by moving quickly. So so I thought I'd share that one, how you could, on two of the previous videos I did these things separately, and this is how you could combine them. Obviously you'd want to just get the basics right before you do this, but if you can get to this stage, you're going to make some really good progress in getting your body to effectively transfer weight and to produce the strength that you're looking for at the exact right time you're looking for it, which is probably the key to these exercises working so well. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that video. See you in the next one.